So a couple of months ago, I made a video talking about how I believe Metroid Samus Returns has the potential to either make or break the Metroid continuity. Feel free to click on the annotation to get the full video. However, that was all just merely speculation because we didn't know what changes Metroid Samus Returns would make to the original Metroid 2 game. However, now that the game is released and we can finally play the game and experience its story, now we have to go back to the question, did Metroid Samus Returns make or break the Metroid continuity? Also keep in mind, since we are going to be talking about story elements in Metroid Samus Returns, and since this is a relatively new game, I don't want to spoil it. So you know, if you haven't played the game, if you haven't beaten the game, don't watch this video right now, watch it later because I don't want to spoil things for you. Now for the rest of you, that being said, let's cue up that video and roll out that intro. Long story short, yes, Metroid Samus Returns gave us a nice amount of evidence to prove that the Prime games are connected to the 2D games. Now, my original suggestion of the Galactic Federation making reference to the Phazon crisis did not happen. I was kind of hoping with the whole idea of the Galactic Federation being paranoid of the potential threat of the Metroids, I would have thought they would mention something besides Mother Brain's actions. Maybe they could have mentioned something like Metroids on other planets becoming genetically different due to their atmosphere like the Talon 4 Metroid. Maybe mentioning something like Metroids absorbing other forms of radiation like Phazon. Maybe that could have been used to justify the Galactic Federation's reasoning for destroying Metroids, but none of that really happened. It was only Mother Brain almost took over the galaxy of Metroids, and that was really close, so it's time to destroy the Metroids so that no one can use them ever again. That was the main story, and that kind of bummed me out slightly, but the game was still pretty cool. But if your original suggestion didn't happen, then what confirmed that the Prime games and the 2D games are canon? Keep in mind, there's spoilers here. Click off the video if you don't want to be spoiled. Well, with the inclusion of Protheus Ridley, we are almost confirmed that the Prime games and the 2D games are in the same continuity. And yes, his name is Protheus Ridley, or Protheus, or Pothus, I don't know, something Greek. But yeah, this version of Ridley kind of confirms that the Prime games and 2D games are connected, because where else has Ridley had cybernetic enhancements? Metroid Prime 1 and Metroid Prime 3. If you were to remove the Prime games out of the equation, how would you explain Ridley having cybernetic enhancements during the second game from the first game? In the first game, he's completely organic. In the second game, I guess he has cybernetic enhancements for some reason. But if we add in the Prime games, it makes perfect sense. During the first game, Ridley was badly wounded. He was cybernetically enhanced during Prime 1. He was given Phazon abilities in Prime 3. His Phazon abilities were removed due to Samus purging the galaxy of Phazon, and so now we have Protheus Ridley. I am really happy to see this included in Metroid Samus Returns. It's now just more supporting evidence that the Prime games and the 2D games are just now much more connected. And with that being said, I guess I was completely right. Samus Returns did have the potential to make or break the continuity, and from what we've seen, it made the continuity much more stronger. But that's my point of view. What do you guys think? Is there any other references to the Prime games I was not aware of, or do you think Protheus Ridley doesn't really confirm anything? I'd like to hear your guys' opinions in the comment section. So if you like Metroid content, if you like Metroid stuff in general, feel free to subscribe to my channel because I do plan on making a lot more Metroid stuff. A lot more Metroid Samus Returns stuff related too, because come on, that game is so amazing and I have a lot of ideas for videos around that game. Also, if you like Metroid content, feel free to click on the annotation above, which is basically just a video of me unboxing the 2 new amiibos we got for Samus Returns. Keep in mind, this was my first unboxing and the audio is pretty bad, but I still think it's a cool video because my general reactions were kind of funny in my opinion. So that being said, I'm the Metroid Trainer. I hope you enjoyed this video because I'll be seeing you next time.